Kellan Lutz's The Legend of Hercules didn't sit well with critics, and this continued an unfortunate streak for the actor's movies. Lutz got his big break in Hollywood in the 2006 movie Stick It, and things quickly took off from there. He has since appeared in several movies nearly every year, and franchises like Twilight made him even more familiar to audiences. Unfortunately, leading up to The Legend of Hercules, Lutz was stuck in a pretty grim Rotten Tomatoes streak, and the 2014 film did nothing to improve it. A decade after its initial release, The Legend of Hercules has joined Netflix's US top 10 movies, which is surprising considering it was a critical and financial flop. Lutz's 2014 movie was criticized for its dull sets, cheap-looking special effects, and for diverging from the traditional mythology of Hercules. Of course, this all makes The Legend of Hercules the perfect guilty pleasure watch, which is likely the reason for its Netflix success. However, when looking at Lutz's filmography, this film wasn't his first, or last, critical flop. 2014's The Legend of Hercules continued Kellan Lutz's bad Rotten Tomatoes streak. Kellan Lutz in The Legend of Hercules. By the time The Legend of Hercules hit theaters in 2014, Lutz was in the middle of a long and dismal Rotten Tomatoes streak. This all started with Stick It in 2006, which, though it got a 73% audience score, only managed 32% from critics. This repeated again and again for years. Even the Twilight movies, which developed a cult following and received fair audience scores, couldn't be confused for critical masterpieces. When The Legend of Hercules hit theaters and only managed a 5% critic score, Lutz hadn't played in a single movie that scored above 50%. Kellan Lutz has only starred in 2 movies that weren't rotten. Do justice Kellan Lutz. After The Legend of Hercules, Lutz had one more film panned by critics, The Expendables 3, before his Rotten Tomatoes streak was finally broken. The 2015 film Experimenter has an 85% certified fresh score, which is still Lutz's highest yet. Unfortunately, this was immediately followed by the 2015 film Extraction, which only managed a 6% score. In the years since, Lutz had added 6 more movies to his filmography, and only one, 2016's The Osiris Child, wasn't rotten. Of course, this isn't to say that Lutz isn't a talented actor or that his movies are irrefutably bad. Many of the projects in his filmography, including the Twilight movies, managed excellent audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes, and The Legend of Hercules' success on Netflix proves that it has value as a source of entertainment. Ultimately, not every project produced by Hollywood is what critics are looking for, and it seems that Lutz has a particular talent for finding them.